Hi, welcome to another session of our chats. And today the focus of the discussion would be on well-being, physical and mental well-being. Sharing the stage together with me is Felicia. Felicia is a wellness coach. She helps people to achieve wellness in terms of emotional wellness as well as physical wellness. Felicia, maybe as a start, guide us through on some of the things that you do, your background and some of the things that you do.
Oh, thanks, Siva. So good morning, everybody. My name is Felicia. And thanks for having me on this platform to speak about, what I do. Basically, I've been in the industry for the past 11 years. And in fitness, wellness, lifestyle, I cover quite a bit. At the end of the day is to help people to develop a good relationship with food and fitness in their body. So I have a background in communications. But it went on to, because of a personal transformation, I decided to hey, this will be a good way to sort of continue to sharpen my skills. And also I love working with people. That's the most important part of it. And so here we are, 11 years in the industry. So there's a lot of things we can jump into as we go along the topic.
Fantastic. Okay, one of the things that we want to discuss more in this session would be something that is a follow-up from the previous sessions. Previously, we were talking about emotional intelligence. We were talking about the challenges that people are going through during these times. There are a lot of people who are at home who are not used to it. I remember talking to one of my ex-colleagues before. The comment that he made was very interesting. Just because we stay under the same roof doesn't mean we talk to each other. So what happens is when they go home, everyone would be in their own room. And in a condition like MCO, you are in one house, but in different rooms. So there are a lot of challenges that they face. There's nobody to talk to, at least in the office environment. You have your colleagues, you can walk to the water hole. After office, you may have your own activities, but now you're suddenly stuck. So there are a lot of concerns in terms of emotional well-being, mental health. At the same time, now the concern is being at home. How do I take care of myself? I'm used to gym, I'm used to golfing, I'm used to hiking, and suddenly I'm stuck at home. So how can we share some of our experiences? And maybe from that, that's not new ways of doing things. So maybe we can start with physical well-being. What would you advise to those people who are stuck at home, living in different rooms, under the pretext of one family, one roof, but actually different rooms?
Yeah, I think, that's a really good one to start with. I think starting strong. Okay, great. Even for me, I think everybody has different ways to adapt to the new normal, new changes, right? So I think nobody knew what they were signing up for. I think first 2 weeks for me, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm living alone. So I've relocated back to KL from Ipoh. So living alone, and also I've also experienced through other people's like my clients or friends that have they're living with families, and like what you say is probably it was like an escape. The whole activities, they go to the gym, they have their office. So when they are sort of stuck at home, so either you are living too extreme. For me, I'm living alone. So for some people, they are in a family, right? So they not only just have to work from home, they have to figure out what they want to do, where is my personal time and where's my family time. So there is no boundaries. So I think what we are referring here, it's a lot of self-care. So physical is a very big part of it. And I feel for me, even the 2 weeks, I actually took about 2 weeks to actually sort of
normalize.
Normalize. I had no idea what I was doing because I was so used, I was so used I can start my schedule at 6:30 in the morning and I can be back by 8 or 9 p.m. So I treat my house like a hotel sometimes, I feel. So it's the first time that I'm really staying at home and feeling stuck in a way, So physical definitely plays a very important part, because that is actually the first thing, because we're so used to moving. But now that we are at home, we have all these things, but we are kind of living a very sedentary life. Even stepping out from my, I live in a condo, so even stepping out is like, people are like, oh no, you shouldn't be even stepping out from your house. So that fear that people have. So I developed like back pain. I was not feeling well. I was like, the kind of, it's not even the virus itself. It's just like, being stuck in one confined space. I can only imagine if people would have, limited to their rooms, or especially if they are in environment, or they're in a space where they are not even talking to the spouse or, family. So yeah, start with physical activity. So I started to actually schedule workouts with my coaches' friends, with my friends, whatever we could do, like, Zoom calls, or WhatsApp video, or sometimes people are also adjusting. So, if you can't really have the support, it's really to have a schedule. There's so many gyms out there, or there's so many studios that are actually providing free workouts. I think if you have Instagram, if you have like Facebook, YouTube, you can just do your workout. So even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 20 minutes. So the key here, it's not like you got to be like a gym kind of person. It's just moving, and you have to have your routine. So I started with a routine. I schedule like, okay, discipline. I make sure that I have like a 9 a.m. workout or 5 p.m. Whichever way, whichever time that's suited, and also my energy level. And just putting that into the routine helped me to cope with a lot of other things.
That's a very good point. So one thing is actually to come up with the new norm schedule again. Because on a non-MCO period, we had that. I remember waking up at 6 o'clock, 6:30 you get ready, 6:45 send kids to school, 7 o'clock go to park. It was very structured. Suddenly that routine was gone and you get lost. So as you mentioned, coming up with a new schedule for the new norm, that would be something critical. With that schedule, of course, there are also a lot of support things that we can use. Your fellow coaches and your fellow friends. That support system is beautiful. The gyms that provide workout, that is something to explore. That's another good point. I remember talking to this friend of mine who was stuck at home, and we were exchanging things on what to do at home. So we created these challenges between the two of us, just the two of us. It started with the 1 mile walk. It's an app that we downloaded on the phone. So doing 1 mile walk, it's about 15 minutes, I believe. So both of us were doing that. The first few days it was fun. After it was like, hey, not enough sweat. So we changed from 1 mile walk to 10 minutes workout. So we were doing this 10 minutes workout. That was good. Then we had to progress from that. So both of us challenged to something new, 7 minutes cardio exercise. So you're supposed to do 7 minutes, and it depends on how many sets that you do. And fortunately, with this modified MCO, we can go out again. So now,
tell me about it.
Yeah, but he is somewhere else, I'm somewhere else. But the idea is he does his 10,000 steps, I do my 10,000 steps. It's always comparing, have you done yours? Have you done yours? That peer pressure is there. So the support works beautifully. So actually, even in an MCO kind of environment, we can still live a normal life. It is just embracing a new norm. Now,
yeah, I think that's important. Yeah.
What about food habits? This I'm really, really bad. I'm having a big problem with food. I think I'm not getting enough exercises. So because of that, I tend to have late breakfast. Lunch is around 3-4 o'clock. Don't want to take dinner. Wife is at home enjoying the cooking. So there's a feast because of you see all the new recipes on Facebook, right? So everyone is trying to cook new recipes. So you have biryani like once a week. All the heavy food. And then the children are trying to bake new cakes. You are sitting there with all this food coming to you. Now, how can we put some discipline here? How do we manage our eating habits, putting some discipline? Could you have something to share there?
Yeah, I think we shouldn't be harsh on ourselves during this period, because like I said, we cope with it different ways. So maybe for your missus or for your children, the way they cope is to try out all these new creative recipes. So for me, I would say, like, because my work revolves around, like, hey, eating rice or eating biryani is not it's not it's not at fault. It's not the biryani's fault that you're putting on weight, or it's not. Food is neutral. I always help try to preach how to develop a good relationship with food and fitness. I don't treat like my exercise like punishment, and I don't treat food like a reward. But I must say, during the MCO period, I'm like experimenting for the first time with all these different recipes. I don't think I have cooked this much in my entire life. So like every
I think
single day.
most of us.
Most of us,
I think
right?
we have maximized our ovens and whatever utensils we have been buying. Finally, we have started to use them.
Exactly. So I feel that this is the really good time to sort of give yourself a pat on the back, like, oh, okay, yeah, I can cook and I can eat well as well. So like I said, it's a routine. I developed a routine, like I mentioned. I woke up at about like 5 a.m. in the morning. I actually do my first, because for me it's like I'm not a heavy eater in the morning, so I'm probably like doing a smoothie and things like that. But what I did was I tried to plan one meal, because I have to cook for one person. So that's also another challenge, to really plan for one person's meal. And sometimes I'll end up having it for lunch, dinner, and also the next day breakfast, because it's a lot to, you can't really adjust. For example, I cook nasi lemak. I had it for like 2 or 3 meals in that sense, and I actually feel good about it, because for the first time I'm cooking something from scratch and not like just store-bought. And I'm experimenting. So if you plan your meals well, I feel that you have the portioning as part of the how to keep it within your calorie intake, so that of course you don't gain weight from it. And if I'm doing extra carbs, for me, maybe my workouts will be a bit more intense, or doing a bit more cardio. So yeah, and really, like, I wouldn't even like back to the physical part of it. Some people are just not even gym goers; they're not even exercising. So literally from couch to like trying to be a person who's trying to include fitness into their life. Yeah, like for me and you, is quite interesting, because we do our hikes, we do our workouts and everything, we do our 10,000 steps. But for a lot of people, they don't even move on a regular basis. So they are really like sedentary because of their office life. And now at home, even worse still, like confined within like the 4 walls, literally, right? So I think it's very important to start slow. Like the 1 mile walk is perfect. And food wise, once a week biryani is fine. I actually cook biryani. I actually bought supporting local businesses. I think it's great. You can't really order in every day because you just get sick of it. But for me, cooking itself is actually very therapeutic. I just put up a whole album, I think about 50 photos. My last 50 60 70 days of MCO, I started cooking, like probably I would say 90% of the time I was actually cooking, and I posted it out. I'm like, oh, that's such a satisfaction, because I actually cooked all the meals. And I found that by cooking, it's so much different from actually eating out. So you can control the amount of salt, sugar, oil. So I would say that don't blame it on a home cook. I think if you just have to be like, doing extra workout, or, if you know that you're having desserts or portion your food well. So I don't think
everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. And I just finished like a very nice, like a chocolate dessert yesterday, like no regrets. So it's just like how you plan your whole your daily routine. You have an app, you can journal it down, you can be mindful of what you eat, because like back to like the whole overcoming or trying to survive the pandemic at home, the most important thing is actually physical like exercise and also nutrition. So this combination actually plays 66% of how you're going to manage your stress level and manage your routine. So it plays that 66%. So it's a big chunk of how you're going to be very mindful. And when you include all this, the nutrition and exercise, I think it really, really helps. So don't beat yourself over like the biryani or the coffee or the banana bread. You name it, I've done it all.
Just enjoy it and then burn it off, right?
Yeah, enjoy it, burn it off. I think you shouldn't beat yourself. I mean, some people actually gain a bit of weight. It's okay. You need time to adjust. So don't worry about it. But the key is actually for me is to build. I always focus on building immune system. So I'm like taking. I'm actually sleeping like 6 to 8 hours every day. If I need to take a nap, I'll go for it. And I just drink more water. I just include more vegetables and fruits, because at the end of the day, when we go out, to lead our normal lives with the new normal and everything, I think immune system plays a very important role in how we are going to live our life next.
So those guys out there, the ones who are cooking, continue cooking, enjoy your cooking. What maybe you should do is snap those photos, compile it, send it to photo book or someone, get it printed out. That would be your memory of COVID-19. And those who are having those meals, enjoying those meals, continue enjoying it. You are not alone. We are enjoying it too. No sense of guilt. We will burn it off. And those who are not sure of exercising, well, start with small ones. Go up your staircase, download apps. But you are doing what we are doing as well. So we are fine. No sense of guilt. Enjoy the moment, and we'll create new things.